Talks.
Welcome to Two Balls and a Mic, episode 160 here on the second week of February as we have the ghetto bird that is right above us, police activity here in the South Bay. But we're going to go ahead and start with everything that happened last week, the talks, the messages, the back and forth. The state of soccer in San Diego it was discussed. It's been discussed here the last couple of days. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and talk all about that. We're also going to go ahead and talk about the Open Cup, the LAFC, everything San Diego Loyal related, as well as Waves preseason starting, some audio that came out from training as well. And then we're also going to go ahead and talk about Champions League. Chelsea got them right where we want them. Right where we want them.
Wow, do you now?
100%. This is...
Yeah, real quick, can you check if it's unlisted? I don't see it as a live.
Oh. But if they have the link, they could go. But, yeah, of course.
Just a reminder, every episode of Two Balls and a Mic is live on YouTube. So thank you those of you who will be joining us. But you went up to LA, and we're going to get down to talk about it.
We're going to get down. No. I have to kick you out again?
No, you don't have to kick me out again.
I will.
Why?
I can't afford that right now, bro.
But I'm good.
Okay. If you say so, boy. If the boy says so.
Feels good to be back here.
So you haven't been... That's right. How long? 2?
It was 2 episodes that I was
2
not
weeks.
here. One was your fault. The second one was my fault. Ese pinche dulcecito de chile que comí me ardió la garganta.
We speak English here?
Oh, you speak English here.
But yeah, so pretty much we had Ryan here who sat here for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It was a pretty good conversation, I'd say.
Oh yeah,
we had conversations before and then after. Like eventually, like Jesus,
excuse me.
What's wrong with you?
Es el dulcecito, güey, que me comí.
Again with Spanish. Jeez.
Oh, we can't speak Spanish now?
Hey, I mean, I don't know.
Are we not the Spanish broadcast for the San Diego Sockers? You don't want to speak Spanish?
Oh no, I'm saving my Spanish for them. I'm just like, it's like. What's up?
I just saw the question you have on the chat.
Oh no. Do you really?
Oh,
see if I can.
Man. That is very interesting.
Do you support San Diego Albion?
It's a valid, very, very valid question.
Let me take off the police
Can we-
codes because
So all this police stuff is just out in the public, like.
yeah, I mean you can pick up frequency, so sure, yeah.
You do that, but like if you're bored.
If I'm bored and I had a traumatic experience with like helicopters and SWAT team in the trailer park I used to live.
Oh, okay.
And so like it just.
I mean, aquí se
every
metió
time-
alguien una vez, ¿no?
Yeah, somebody came in here
That's freaking crazy.
inside this
dude.
garage. So it was actually the day after. It was the day I like fucked up my knee. Actually, like the day I messed up my knee.
Oh, okay. That was a couple years ago, right?
Yeah. So, I was in crutches and in pain because I drove from National City with the knee dangling on a clutch stick shift all the way here. Then we went to TJ and the guys were like, "Yep, you need surgery. So you need surgery tomorrow. Kick me back. Here's some pills." And that night, I'm like all Vicodin'd up and like whatever the hell else they gave me.
Yeah.
So tomorrow's my surgery, and then. Here comes, like, I see flashing lights on my window. I'm like, oh, what's going on? So I get up, and I go, and I open the door, and as I open the door, there's 3 police officers, 2 pointing guns with the flashlight, 1 with the dog, like, who the fuck is in there? Who else is in there? Come out. And I'm, like, with the crutches, like no mames. All right. So then they go in, and...
Like in the cuartito de atrás?
Yeah. And so on the
Wow.
floor, obviously I'm in pain, and so I've been ingesting the whatever
Drugs,
pain
yeah.
medication and some vitamins. And so the vitamins were in plain sight. I was like, oh no. And so they go with the doggy.
Such
and
vitamins?
then all kinds.
Wow.
And so the doggy comes out. I was like, okay, there's nobody in there. And I just like, what's going on? And then so I'm sitting in my living room, and then I see like 4 or 5 officers come in, just walk out because they just like search the house, and they're leaving the house. And so as they're leaving, like, I guess there was a police chase, and the guy left a sweater on our fence, and then whatever the last whatever. And so every single one of them left. Every single one of them left. And so as they're filing out, like the last cop like tries to open the garage door, and I'm like, I remember that being open earlier in the day because that window on the garage was also open because it was hot that day, but now it's closed and the door's locked. My dogs on there were just like scratching. So we're like, you might want to check the garage. And yeah, they opened it. The dude was like right there, just like hiding.
That's insane.
Fun.
Insane. And you still had surgery the day after?
I did. And
wow.
It was fun.
What day of events that must have been. Damn. Anyway, speaking of days for you, you had a day on Saturday. You went up to LA for an away day against LAFC. Tell me a little bit about that. How was that? Your experience up there?
So we're pretty much credentialed for LAFC. I'm waiting for the thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
But LAFC's credentials are like for the regular season. So
yeah,
this is preseason, so you had to apply. So it's fine. We got hooked up with some tickets. You couldn't make it because I don't know.
It wasn't planned. We weren't gonna end up going, and you decided to go last minute, and I had already made plans. So
I mean, I don't know what is more important above all than San Diego loyal and everything San Diego loyal.
A lot of
but
other things,
I mean, we'll get to exactly what we saw as a trial list. I'm eager to talk about because I mean it's public.
Yeah,
anybody could have gone to that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was part of the plan to show every single substitute's name, like because I've seen some of these trial lists. This is the second time seeing them. First time at LMU versus LMU.
That's a fair game to talk about.
Yeah, so
season starts
we'll get into some of those individuals, but also the talk with Andrew Vasiliades, who president of San Diego Loyal, chairman, not president, chairman, owner, says some pretty interesting stuff. Like what, Chiva?
You can hear it on CBS News.
Oh, that interview.
Oh man, 4-minute interview with CBS. Interesting. Or you can watch the much better and detailed one, 2 balls and a mic. But anyways, the conversation was really good, right? I mean, Andrew always tells us he's always going to be very honest with us, but you kind of had that feeling that there's a little bit more that he's not allowed to say yet. He wants to, but he can't.
Yeah, I mean, historically, like, it's one of those things where he's been told and trained now what to kind of expect, what to say. It was interesting because he dropped some hints and little nuggets there of him knowing intel and having probably heard some of the interview with Ryan. I think everybody who is paying attention to a certain frequency, listen to that. And I got contacted from people within the club, people outside of the club, people who we totally and really respect as far as like the journalistic aspect of what it is that we're doing. Like reached out and like, yeah, like your guys are asking really good questions, and so. I mean, if that's the kind of direction that we need to go, and that's kind of what we've always wanted to do and have been doing for a while is being honest with the way you think. I mean, you again, to his face, were like, I could care less about your stupid little dress up jerseys.
Yeah,
I care about what's on the field, and so, I
think he appreciates that.
There are certain things. Let's not break news, but things to like kind of, again, if you're paying attention, if you're like listening, and Vasiliades, Andrew, spoke about it and touched on it during the interview was, Nate was talking also with us about maybe a potential like move happening. So if that would be the case, then bring it on. The season is coming in, so I don't know who from going back to the trial list that may or may not be. Even though the trialists are looking pretty good, some of the people that are trialists that technically are like Xavi, who everybody knows. Xavi still a young, but just like
You're saying he's
like
getting
Xavi,
a little like
he's
more buff,
growing.
right?
I mean, he was.
He turned
Did
17
you
this
see?
year.
I mean, and to kind of bounce around here, but they were playing against Giorgio Cellini, boy.
Yeah,
Like that dude's that dude plays so cool. Like
Chiellini.
it's really, really cool to have seen him play. And then I know a lot of loyal guys really enjoyed that too, playing in that stadium, and some showed
You
off.
saw Vela play.
Saw Vela score.
Yeah.
When el buen Coque Vegas. But essentially, like, yeah, I mean, this last week we've got a lot of feedback, some good, some constructive, and so we're just gonna keep on going. And again, you're not gonna allow me in the stadium as a fan. You know what I'm gonna do as a dedicated person? I'm gonna drag my girlfriend to Los Angeles. Los Angeles. Oh my God, the pits. The worst. The way that we described it, and it's pretty spot on, is desabrido. Everything is just like here in San Diego. Like, so I went to the Grand Central Market. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, not really. Me suena.
So the Grand Central Market is in LA, obviously. So it's like Liberty Station, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we get there, and I get punched by like a barbecue like smell. And then I walk in, and I see that there's a space rented. Imagine Liberty Station, the actual market. There's a space rented, and it's LA Galaxy who are selling their kits and their merchandise, which is a really cool thing. Which, by the way, if you guys want a free idea, because this is what I love giving is free ideas. Once you reveal the kit, Loyal, Wave, Soccer's, Albion,
yeah, great San Diego soccer team.
Albion.
Para que no chingue el Hector, right?
Go rent a space at a swap meet, bro. Go rent a space at a swap meet and sell your jerseys at a $20 discount. Go to a farmer's market, the Hillcrest Farmers Market, the Little Italy Farmers Market. Pop up little shops where $20 off, 20% off. And it's like those shops that, or like trucks, it's a pop-up truck. It's a food truck, but you don't know where it's going to be. Oh, bing, we're located here. Vámonos. And obviously you take a limited amount of stuff, bring back one of the 20,000 different fucking hats you're going to give away. Like
that's true.
If you didn't make it to this game, guess what? You can still get it at this pop-up
shop.
Exclusive.
You get the hat free if you buy a jersey.
Pitching it for you.
Wow.
Giving you more work. But yeah, so that was cool. Grand Central Market, the food was bland. The people, Los Angeles is gross. It makes me just
some parts are gross.
Look, man, like I went downtown LA.
You go to downtown is
no
terrible.
No. I went in expecting what I hear is this like apocalypse of homeless. Like we drove like past Skid Row and all that area. You know what? A lot of need is in that area.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you feel safe parking your car on 12th and Imperial and walking to Petco Park, because that is the Walking Dead. Like in levels of unfortunate's, like it's.
Well, I mean, every city has.
Anyway, let's not comparing the poverty levels, but
I'm just saying you go to Santa Monica and Venice, and that's really, really nice.
But yeah, so the stadium
is dope.
Is really good. I've never been to it.
You didn't get to go to the media room, huh?
I did not get to go to the media
The
room.
media room is
but me la imagino, because it's the same guy that designed Snapdragon.
Kind of like exactly like Snapdragon.
It's the same guy.
Standing in the corner.
That's kind of what, like, I'm over here like, ooh, this is exactly what I want San Diego to have, right? And Snapdragon's there, but you got to put the little tent, a little canopy over. Stop looking at my hot Cheeto fingers. That's a hate crime.
Parece que pintaste con pulmones.
Yeah. Man, I really want to find out what's going on again, because I go to the police scanners and they're still looking for someone. They're still looking.
Maybe he'll come in the garage. Oh, that's why you said lock it, huh?
100%. I'm paranoid about that now.
But yeah, we do want to say thank you to everyone who watched Andrew Basiliades' interview, who watched the last episode as well. Anyone that reached out to myself or Tony, just to give us props or give us feedback, honestly, that means the world, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. But
before
anyway,
there was some
feeling great. It's
some words.
2 weeks now that we're in. This is our third week coming in, and now we have
loose shakas.
Loose shakas. Very loose shakas. Right there. Tony inspired editing here.
Very high quality tests
very
coming
much,
up, and it's gonna put us under pressure. And those are the types of games and situations where
I really think they saw the video you made of the
it's preseason game
with the interviews they sent out. Which, by the way, they didn't send these out.
Yeah, they didn't.
So we told you guys how it works, right? They send clips and stuff about interviews that they did. I mean, at least they started doing that. They didn't send these ones, and Tony used them in a very, very, very smart way, and used clips that he had from the match
that I could use.
That he could use.
Try list.
Essentially did this, and a week later they come up with this stuff. So that's what Tony meant with very Tony inspired.
And if we play well and results don't go our way, I think we're all right with that. But we want to show well. I think we're all going to be ready. We're all going to try to be 90 minutes fit by the end of it. So I think we're just taking it as a kind of just a blessing to play a really good team in a great stadium.
Well, we approach it with a lot of enthusiasm and excitement because we're playing the MLS champions. And personally, I've played there before, so it's going to be nice to see other people there.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
¿Cuántos jugó con ellos?
I don't know how many games he played for them, but he played there. You can tell he wanted to show off. There was a play that he did where he was dribbling down the middle, and just kind of took a couple of defenders on, and then
no appearances,
and then
so he trained with them,
and then did a roulette, Zidane roulette. Se la llevó, finished the play, but then the boy number 9, Evan Conway.
And the boy still misses Kyle. Boy misses Kyle Vassell. How's your dog?
This team is gonna miss it. This team is definitely.
So let's talk about players, because I know you want to get into trial lists as well of what you saw. But first thing, ¿cómo se vio Joe Corona? How did he look?
Joe Corona did not play a single second.
Really?
Did I not tell you that? Do you not know that?
Really?
John,
I thought he came in as a sub at least. No.
No. So, okay, so
was he there?
Let's look at this lineup. Yeah, he was there. He said hi to me.
Interesting.
Hi.
Is he already hurt? Is that? Oh my gosh! Come on.
So there are some rumors that Thomas is carrying a knock, that Joe was carrying a knock, and somebody else was carrying a knock. And from what I understand, some players are, just playing through it. They're just going to play through it, but eventually everybody's should be fine to start the season. March 11th is 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
Like, there's time. And everybody who's out there, again, is still kind of getting their wheels under them. It's still the, third week of preseason for San Diego Loyal?
Uh-huh.
And so there are different spots right now. This was the last match for LAFC to go into the season for them. Again, their lineup was stacked. It was also their kit release day.
Which, by the way, their kit is not the best.
That you don't like it?
I don't like it. Did you like it? I'd say it was ranked as one of the worst this season for LAFC.
I didn't care for it. But I mean, this is the lineups that San Diego Loyal faced. obviously the names Chiellini, Vela kind of spring up. Buanga is really, really good. This is an elite team, is what I'll say. The skills on this team are absolutely elite.
Yep.
As far as MLS and top flight soccer goes, they played really well.
Tiene el Paco Palencia en la banca, güey.
Paco Palencia, yeah. But then they played against
This fucking
team.
stacked ass team right here. Boom.
This.
Ruiz Ojeda.
So who was it?
Glenn.
Glenn was like,
Bless his kind soul.
shout out Glenn. He was like, who is this man
Who
in
the
goal?
fuck is
Who
Ruiz
replaced
Ojeda?
Koke? Where's Koke? Who is it? Is this the third keeper? And like honestly, dude, like I saw that, I'm like, it's probably the trialist. There is a trialist that I do believe came off of tryouts, perhaps.
You told him that?
Yeah. So I told him,
Just
kind of
to fuck
thinking
with
that
them
was
or what?
no, yeah. And then I went back. I'm like, Ruiz, oh no, that's Koke,
That's
bro. I'm
Koke,
like, hey, dude,
dude.
that's Koke. Anyway, so you have Koke. You have Elijah Martin, Stoneman, Adams, and this is just a lineup. Conway, Guido, Moshobane, Martin, Moon, Akon, Ebby,
Kyle Adams.
and then Kyle Adams.
So what? They
So-
played with three center backs? Yes. Or was Kyle Adams playing more left back?
So Kyle Adams is playing a little bit more of the. So I think it's a 3-5-2.
But when they're in attack, it kind of switches.
They kind of do switch. So
Okay.
essentially,
Kind of
what
like
you,
what they started doing last season towards the end, in a way.
yeah. And so the workaround is that everybody has to move forward with the ball and move back with the ball, right? That's the
Very
way
American.
transitions work.
Very American style.
But what I really liked in the beginning of the game was the defense, right? Like this was always going to be like a test for San Diego Loyal, not just like, oh, they're going to score. I didn't expect them to score. I didn't expect anything from San Diego at all.
No,
At
you're
all.
you're playing LAFC.
You're playing LAFC, is very close to the opening of their home. That 3252 shout out. I saw Jerry walking in.
with them.
Jerry
He said with
Jimenez,
them, right?
Yeah, so he walks in.
I saw
And,
he
I'm
posted
like,
a
hey,
tweet about it.
Wrong colors, bro. And he's like, no, you're wearing the wrong colors. I'm like, I'm not wearing any Loyal colors because I may not have to be. I may have to resign my fandom pretty soon here.
Yikes.
Just
You're a fan?
I mean,
You were
there's
a
video
fan on
evidence
this
of
side,
me
bro?
like standing up and doing this for
How many
Nick
jerseys
Moons.
have you purchased from Loyal?
Purchased?
Yeah.
I mean, they still owe me one. The one that I lost on.
But you bought that
Phoenix game. I bought that one.
You bought the purple goal. You have a purple
I
goalkeeper?
have purple.
You bought that one too?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. I bought
And then the
everything.
new kit, the white one.
Yeah, the white one.
You bought 3 kits from them already.
I support with
Holy
with
shit.
my wallet.
That's
You know-
fucking
you know how
wild.
big that is.
I bought one jersey
I
from them,
don't
the
buy-
home kit last
I
season,
don't buy jerseys.
just because it was Charlie, and I supported just because it's a Mexican-based brand. And I gave it away. We used it as a giveaway. But other than that, I bought a Dia de los Muertos hat, the first edition they had, and then the other hats I won off bets.
from Weston.
Yeah,
He
shout out to
just-
Weston. Keep betting
He
me,
just
bro.
keeps betting.
Keep an eye on that, Loyal. Like, he's costing you merchandise, guys. Keeps on betting. He's buying it, but so I suppose.
So what I will say is, I mean,
Who do they have on the
even
bench
in
real quick?
warm-ups, right? Hold on.
Yeah.
Like, even in warm-ups, you have
How'd you get down there?
Moon. I have ways. I have ways to do stuff like that. But
I could tell you're zoomed in on the phone. On the bench, you have Hackworth still, who, I mean, they've said you need to fill those bench spots. Camden Riley, okay. Kasansu,
Seagal.
Seagal? Seagal.
I'm gonna go with
Trialist?
Seagal.
Trialist? Perez, trialist?
Bettis, trialist, 47. Yes.
Is that Gutierrez?
Gutierrez?
Trialist?
Trialist.
Blake Body League's wearing number 7.
Which my
Wow, those are
my
big
girl.
shoes
So
to
my
fill.
she knows like Blake. She knows some players and this, like, so she's like, oh, who's number 7 that came in? And I'm like, I blanked, and I'm like, oh shit, like, and I'm like, it used to be Blake. So she heard Blake, so she's cheering for Blake, and then I'm like, oh, who is it? Look at him, like, oh, it's Blake Bodley. So if they want to be cheap about it, just put Blake and just use whatever jerseys you were going to use for Jack Blake this year.
15, Joe Corona's under. Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Okay, and then Jeffson. What is that?
Jepson. Yep.
Jepson. And then Chavi. Who was the goalkeeper? Was there another backup goalkeeper on there?
I don't know.
Holy shit. Okay.
But
I feel like they should do better. Like, instead of just saying trialists, give us names, dude. Like, why? I get the whole contract thing, but why not just announce the names? Like, oh, this guy's trying out with us.
I think if they were to do it, like, once they do officially become trialists, and they're like if you're
when you make the cut, right? Yeah.
When you make the cut, obviously, if you have like somebody who's getting worked out from another team, or if you're coming in and there's some secrecy, I get that 100%. Like the whole Miguel. Remember Miguel Ibarra when he was like,
yeah,
oh, he's training with Loyal, but is he? Who's this?
No, he's waiting
man?
for MLS.
Yeah, 100%.
Ended up signing waiting for MLS as a 32-year-old winger. Okay, buddy. Jeez. Isn't he playing? Is he still? Did he cut it out in the MASL?
Yes. No. He did not. He went to where did he go?
Not with the Lords of Indoor.
Nope, absolutely. Lords of Indoor.
So unfortunately lost another match.
Having a couple of tough losses here on the road. But in any case,
can't wait for them to be back home where they belong. March 4th.
You just really need the check, boy. I know.
Need to send that invoice.
Hey, no que nos llegó el otro.
I think we're gonna have that as an invoice.
Pero ¿por qué no lo dieron primero? Okay.
I don't know. We're gonna have to reach out.
But yeah, so this is essentially the lineup that they had. I really like the way that they were defending, especially in transition. You can really tell that shape that's kind of
wait a second
already done.
Sorry, Hector. Okay, it's past my bedtime. More U.S. Open talk. Oh, you mean U.S. Open, San Diego Loyal versus San Diego, another San Diego team.
Yes.
Albion. Oh, that's right.
Does Albion have a chance?
No. Sorry, Hector. There's your San Diego Albion talk.
Do you support Albion? I asked Ryan this question. That was the first question I opened with Ryan. I had no idea how I was going to open that interview, and I just like, oh, welcome to Are you a fan of Loyal? After he was like, hey man, you started pretty hot there. I was like,
sorry.
I didn't realize.
Dude, I'm barely a fan of Loyal at this point. Like, fuck, am I gonna be investing my time with Albion, dude?
It's a tough sell, but then again, I'll pose the question like, okay,
I hope they do well. I hope
it's gonna be a tough sell to support the San Diego Soccers, up in Oceanside.
And
I hope the crowd comes out. I hope the crowd comes out. The North County folk. So we better see you, North County folk. You guys say, "Oh, soccer community's up here." Well, let's see it.
Yeah.
We might continue this venture next year because gas is not cheap. Craig, hope you feel better. Shout out, Craig.
Just waiting for that negative test this week.
Absolutely. So, HIPAA. He's our coworker.
Hey, he announced it.
But yeah, so San Diego Loyal at the beginning were kind of stuttering. Mm-hmm. There was a couple of lapses. Coque slipped at some point, gave a ball away. Stoneman in the beginning of the first half actually had, I'd say, 3 or 4 really important interventions where he's got the ball out by sliding in the last second. Let's see. I'm just gonna go through a couple of things that I texted both of you. I think I was just texting. I don't even know who I was texting. I was like, "This is happening."
That's for notes and stuff.
I think so. But yeah, so the right side of the field with Elijah, who is playing a little bit more up. Then you have Ebby, who's also on that right hand side with Stoneman being the center of the 3 center backs. And then you have Colin Martin on that side with them. I saw a lot of coordination with those 3 playing defensively and then getting the ball out in important situations and moving the ball forward. Elijah is focused. He just needs to get a little bit more playing time and with creating plays, moving forward, and having that freedom to move up.
Yeah, because I mean, he's
But
so
I
used
will
to the
say
defensive role.
that the first goal that LAFC did score was off a counter over on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, defensively for San Diego Loyal in that little triangle. Elijah couldn't get back in time because he was a little bit too far up. Ebby tried to sprint. And when I tell you elite speed, LAFC is ready to go because I witnessed elite speed. Ebby got beat over the left-hand side, crosses it, easy goal. Vela goes in. And that's not going to happen.
Like, you
You
know who did celebrate? Jerry Jimenez.
Jerry Jimenez and Abel.
Abel. I don't know,
They call him a
guys.
maldito traidor after.
Yeah.
It's
they're
all, hey, Tony.
traidores.
Todo. He was like, hey, Tony, how's it going? Hey, ¿qué onda, maldito traidor?
Yeah. Es lo que le pasa. Dude.
But-
I mean, that's why I don't have an MLS team. 'Cause
But
I
that's
was
the
waiting for
thing.
something to happen here.
I analyzed just like quickly that goal in my mind. I'm like, well, I don't think a USL team is doing that to Loyal. And it might be
You
possible.
never know.
It might be possible, right? Like, this is a really cool kind of litmus test, and I wish more people would have seen it because I would love to compare that San Diego Loyal team and how they got played, not got played in that sense, but played against LAFC, than to see them later in the season, right? Because, you know, Loyal is 3 weeks in. This team is the best of the best, según. And it's not even to see the quality of the team. I just want to see the quality of USL. Like, that was USL versus the best in LA.
I mean, look at Sacramento
So-
making the final in the U.S. Open Cup.
But that's different, right? Because you have some people and some teams that don't play it seriously up until the end. And up until the end, if you've been playing your substitutes for that long, they've been playing well, they've gotten you to this point. You know what? Let's keep giving them the chance to do that, especially for MLS teams. But I really think that LAFC and Loyal are going to match up in the Open Cup. Because, again, San Diego Loyal should steamroll Albion.
Should, but will they play starters
support
last
Albion?
time? Do you?
It's a San Diego team.
I want them to do good.
I
I
understand.
want them to do good.
I understand that they're more academy based, which is good.
Yeah.
Something that, you know, Loyal is we asked Andrew, and that's something that they obviously care about. Landon cares about. So if that's going to be something developing, and there's a choice now, there's competition. It's going to be interesting to see who goes where. But in any case, I don't. It's hard. It's hard to love them. It's hard to cover them. I mean, we reached out again. They didn't say anything back, so we're still waiting. It's just like we are also looking into, and this looking a little ahead, to talk with more San Diego Wave people and San Diego Wave individuals and more people in that realm. We've tried, but we're gonna get to it again to balance that out and just cover everything soccer in San Diego. But again, this game was it is what it was, and I think I don't tend to agree a lot with those cookie cutter answers as far as like, it was a great opportunity for us here in LA to play against a good team and see what we got. It was a great experience for the lads and blah, blah, blah. But that's exactly what it was. It was just a showcase. Another thing that kind of stood out was, I don't know, Toomey was kind of all over the place.
Okay.
Toomey coming out.
That's usually, that happens a lot.
Yeah,
with him.
but like,
he gets that freedom role.
like Toomey year 1, Toomey year 2, Toomey year 3, which is actually
And
Toomey 1.
it's been like this, right? Like, you don't think so?
Last year? I don't think last year was better than year 2.
His second year was probably the best, but I think
Exactly.
he got less playing time, and I think obviously a lot of the goals that got taken away from him were Cavasel. Cavasel took a lot of the goals last season.
So, I mean, they're trying to use Evan Conway the same way. So the goal with Evan Conway, I think, will See if I can.
But I think Toomey's role is not even really how many goals he can get, how many assists he can get. It's the buildup of play to lead to the goals or the pass to the assist.
But the thing is, and this is what cost Loyal the third goal, I believe, is him not being able to play unselfishly coming out the back. He's going to play Toomey style. He's going to try to play out. He doesn't have that control of the ball enough to kind of put the head up and distribute it. He's just wanted to play Toomey ball in the middle, and he lost it. And eventually that's exactly what led up into that goal. But if that's the case, and I saw it a couple times where he just looks awkward, and he's almost playing a 6 role, a center defensive mid on the right-hand side, supplementary, because that's when Guido stays up top.
Mm-hmm.
So and I would much rather have Guido there, Toomey up top, but if that's what the transition is going to be, I'm worried that there's going to be some mistakes there, and that's just the way Toomey plays. That's just the way he plays. Yeah. But what I was afraid of, and I was like, oh no, was LAFC's going to take a look at this Nick Moon guy and be like, hey. Or somebody and a scout was in there. You know who else was in there?
Who?
The entire Oakland Root Squad.
Really?
The entire Oakland Root Squad was in our section.
Interesting.
With San Diego Loyal supporters. But they were all in the back.
Yeah, so Nick Moon, obviously, we've talked about it right before where with Ryan that I personally think he's probably our best player. Mm-hmm. I think he's the most... He's the player that can literally just break defenses down. I think if they look at footage of video of Loyal, any other team, they're going to be saying for sure, watch out for Nick Moon because he can do this, he can finish, he can pass, he can shoot.
Yeah.
He can dribble past 2 players at once. And we said it, he's the next one moving up to MLS. Has to be. If he manages to stay healthy and have a really great season. By the way, how did Evan Conway look? Number 9, new striker, number 9.
So... I've been saying he looks sharp. He looks good. Again, the Jason Statham in the transporter haircut is doing wonders for him. Mm-hmm. They're trying to play him exactly like Kyle as well. He's got that size. I forgot how big he was.
Yeah,
because he's a muscly boy, and so a couple times he was out muscled. I will say that. For the rest of his life, and this is a stat that the Great Weston kind of spoke about. For the rest of this life, Evan Conway could tell anybody and everybody. He punched Giorgio Chiellini in the nuts.
Nice.
They went up for a ball, and it's like an elbow or something, and he just like clocked Chiellini in the nuts. So shout out him. But I think that's kind of a place where Evan needs to be a little more aggressive because Kyle was aggressive. And so if you're going to play that position, get ready to get fouled. And it's going to be interesting to see exactly how much more diving, less diving happens. Kyle, I know there was, days that, he was getting chopped through the legs, but there were days where it's like, had you just stayed up a little bit and not fell down so easily, you probably could have gotten the foul or you could have done another play. But we'll see what, Evan Conway's style of that is. In this goal, that you see here, that's exactly what you need him to be. So you ask me, how's Evan Conway doing? I just point to this, right? When it goes right, it goes right. Kyle Adams over on the left-hand side. You see Conway, who at times is also playing on the other side of the field. So he's everywhere doing those switches. Out muscles the ball. Here's a nice little through ball. Nick Moon slots it in for the goal. So,
I mean, if you're able to do that against the best team in the MLS and score and be able to play like that, there's no reason why you can't do that every other week against an USL team, right? So that'll be interesting to see. Another thing I've noticed, no Elliot Collier yet, right? A new signing, striker, number 18.
Yeah.
Nowhere to be seen yet.
Let's see. Some of the comments over here. That Toomey has been declining a bit, sadly. Do you think he's been declining? I mean, again, you say that.
I still think he's an important player to have. Um, I really think Nate likes the workload that Tumi's able to put on, and you gotta appreciate a player like that. I mean, a player that can score at any given moment in the game is important to have in your roster, and that's what Tumi gives you. He can score. Yeah, he'll miss some, but he can always give you that chance. He's always gonna be a headache to players as well when he's on the field. So
Yeah.
and he really complements Guido's style as well.
Mm-hmm.
When Guido and Tumi are on the field, they kind of complement each other as well.
Yeah, but again, I like either more in that center mid position, but now that center mid is just packed. So I don't know.
It'll be
Charlie
interesting to
played really
see.
well. Charlie,
The thing about Tumi is you can really put him on the wings, or you can put him at a 10, you can put him at a striker.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about having Tumi.
yeah. So just a really good play once again. Nick Moon is, I mean, that's the weapon that we have, right? That's the X factor, the Moon factor, the dark side of Nick Moon. Can't wait for him to get a red card so I can title a vlog that, the dark side of Nick Moon.
Dark side of the moon.
Any word on where Among is? I'll tell you this much: he wasn't at the bank. He wasn't at the BMO Stadium.
He was chilling with me at Saquon watching Muay Thai boxing.
I didn't know it was Muay Thai.
Yeah,
I
it
thought it was
was.
just boxing.
It was Muay Thai. Pretty dope.
Did anybody get knocked out?
Yes.
Like just out cold.
Second round. Yep. It was a title fight too.
So there was a winner.
There was a winner.
Did it retain or did it change?
Uh,
And still, or and no.
he retained because the guy that got knocked out came all the way from San Antonio.
That's a suck. Like, you know what? You play soccer, you travel across the country, and you lose a soccer game. But like to
The
go
guy-
across the country,
They
or to
interviewed the
across
guy.
state,
They interviewed the guy.
They interviewed the guy.
No, that one.
Oh, okay.
And said, "Oh, great fight!" Like he said, "Yeah, I could have done better." Well, what do you mean knocked down second? Yeah, I didn't want to get hit.
they
Like-
they be making fights like that sometimes.
But anyways, so I mean, 3-1 loss against LAFC. I mean, literally after you kind of subbed in the team, I think he said substitution, everybody for everybody, right?
Yes,
I was cracking up.
which yes, Mr. Blick. There is a technical term for that. I responded with the one in Spanish, cambio garantizado. But I mean, going into halftime, right? Like these were the stats: 2-1, still not bad. This game was never out of control, out of hands. Loyal players, I knew they were going to come out in the 75th minute. So around the 75th minute, exactly that happened. The Giant substitution, so I'll just kind of let it play. Just so I don't even know if they announced it.
Everybody for everyone.
All right, so here we got. All right, let's try to decipher this, right? We got 21 who's coming off.
21.
We got Toomey coming off. I believe that's Ebby. We got Conway coming off. Kyle Adams coming off. Nick Moon coming off. We got Colin Martin coming off and Charlie Adams, right? So that's who's coming off the field. Coming onto the field, we got a couple of these friends. Obviously, it's not official kits for the season.
I think these are pregame kids.
Yeah, so Kazanzu comes on. You got Chavi there. That's Williams there.
Is
You
that,
got
is that the Gutierrez kid?
Camden Riley.
Este
Gutierrez.
Peluchino? Is that Gutierrez?
This is Chavi, bro. That's
Chavi.
Chavi.
He cut his hair?
That's Chavi, dude.
Dude, I didn't recognize him. He cut his hair.
And sombrecito. He's got a little, like, he's
Una barbita?
growing up. That's him. That's
Who
Chavi.
grows more facial hair than me, dude. Fucking 25 years old.
So yeah, so let's, here's the thing. This was a free game, not free game, a free access game. Anybody who could come in.
Yeah.
I bought a ticket. I was in a public space. I was enjoying my time with some of San Diego's finest in the form of Paul, the great Giassi,
Yeah.
the boys.
The boys. The Barcata boys.
Yeah, Mercado was there representing. Everybody's like, "Where's Chicano futsal?" In any case, so these were, again, some of the substitutes that came on. So speaking of Kazansu, we know what we have there. It's a really good prospect in the center back. He's really, really young. So he needs time to kind of develop, but even now he's pretty good. The one that I will say that everybody has their eyes on from the LMU match, and maybe Shona just was shining just a little bit, and kind of looks like a chunky Guido. Is Perez, number 47. So,
Okay.
from what I understand, he's a striker, and actually he's a player that I really enjoy watching. Just if he makes it or he doesn't, like, I just like watching that type of player. Where back in FIFA 08, 09, 2010, whatever, it was like Tevez was described as like, oh, the bulldog mentality, this and that. Like, I think that's his style, and so
Okay.
he has really good control of the ball. I don't know where he came from, but he's on there. He was substituted on there, and actually,
you think he'll make it?
I it would be really cool. I know he's local. De donde again?
Is he
no
like
sé.
Latino, Mexican American? Perez. I mean,
I you know what? I do not want to assume. You know.
well, it sound like Perez. I hope so, because I mean, you already signed Joe Corona. Would love to be able to have more representation de raza, you know, on the team. So.
I just want to see if I can find it exactly.
Was it the one that you told me no se ve, ¿verdad? Like se ve el número? pero no se ve.
You see it on the.
I see it's 47 right there.
So,
So he's young. He's a kid.
So, yeah, I mean, in this play that eventually got scored on, it was a goal, ended up being a goal. He actually took this ball all the way down to the edge, and the reason why he's so out is because as he's falling out of bounds, he's able to poke the ball back into play, and then that's what leads into. Hi, Joe. That's really cool, Joe. So as you can see right there,
Yeah,
he's
he managed to
falling.
cross
He
it,
managed
yeah.
to cross it with his left. I don't know if he's a lefty or righty. Cross goes all the way. First time shot. So
His assist.
yeah, that's his assist, and he was important when it came to the penalty in that match too against LMU.
Perez was with LAFC before. Sources say Abel. Traidor. Abel.
We love Abel.
Mi chiva
I have
hermano.
some interesting stuff coming in up with Abel and the Chavos once again. But yeah, Conway and Perez up top would be a deadly, to be honest. Again, Perez, from literally knowing nothing and just seeing him, it's just fun the way he plays out there. And if he's part of the
Dope.
team, that'd be pretty cool. And then as far as the other trial list on there that I kind of wanted to highlight is Mitchell, number 22. Tall, I mean, center back, left back. He actually played for Albion, and so he's also a trialist. I know some of the young kids are also on here. Again, we talk about Xavi and stuff, but Jepson, Wisconsin product, according to Drew.
Another one.
According to Drew. So it's really interesting to see exactly what is what's going on. Hector, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. But you're calling me in the middle of the episode, boy. Like,
Oh, no. Come on. There's-
tranquilo, viejo. Like, appreciate you. But this is what seems to be coming together for San Diego Loyal for their upcoming 2023 season. Still 2 games left in the preseason. A couple of weeks, March 11th being the first game. It's still ways away. Still really cool that, you know, they come and do the San Diego We Are thing, even if we're away. But you could tell, like, a couple of players were told, like, oh, no, like, nudge, nudge. Like, this is what we do after. So,
Yeah.
really cool to see that. And then, yeah, I mean, the hot dogs are very bland outside that they sell.
Really?
Very bland. Very, again, LA, desabrido, just bland. Ugh. But ultimately, yes.
Loyal play Orange County, February 25th. Miracosta College, 11 a.m.
So Miracosta College up in Oceanside. Again, according to Andrew Vasiliadis, this is what Nate wanted to do
Around the area.
is spread the love and play in different places in San Diego to give everybody an opportunity to go see them. So that's North County.
Should play a
They play
Snapdragon.
in the South Bay. So catch them over there. Maybe you'll see Joe Corona playing because he wasn't playing this last game. So
February 25th. That's this weekend. That is what? Saturday? Sunday? When is February 25th? Let's check it out. Calendario Azteca. Saturday. 11 a.m. Saturday.
talking of Calendario Azteca, if you're interested, Chavos del Hoyo, no merch drop. Hit them up. Chavos, we really need a bank account though. Like, I don't have Venmo. Like, I can't be sending it through airwaves. Is the boy okay there, boy?
Yeah, no, I'm just seeing Alicia's comment saying, but Ricardo tweeted the LAFC was last preseason game. Interesting.
When was this?
So, we continue our preparation this week for the season. For their final preseason. Their final.
Oh, yeah.
LAFC's
it's their
final
final
preseason
Yeah,
game.
no.
You can
It's
see the
not
confusion
ours.
there. Okay, cool.
And by ours, I mean San Diego, not the team, because again, it's maybe Reform fan here. We'll see.
Man.
We'll see.
It's
The
media,
kits are coming
man.
down. The kits are coming down for San Diego Loyal again.
March 4th.
March 4th at the theater. Interesting setup that they have going on. Let's have, a special season ticket member time slot. That's 2 hours before the main entrance. So it's interesting to see who stays and the commingling of people, if that's even going to happen, how many people are going to stay through the entire event.
Well-
I don't like the separation of
So they're letting
fans.
season ticket members be 2 hours there before everyone else?
Yeah. So
And they're going to show the kit.
I don't know. I would assume they would probably, if that's the case, they'll probably just announce what the kit looks the morning of, and then have it for sale there, and not reveal it there. Just because I don't know. Like last year, they asked the locals and Drew specifically to help them make a tifo for the kit reveal, and so that happened. Haven't heard anything like that or anything from the club.
Yeah.
As far as what they're going to do. They say it's going to be a different type of kit reveal. So it's interesting.
A ver qué pedo.
I may have asked nicely to get a sneak peek.
Oh. Did you? Maybe.
We did this last year. You get to ask me like yes or no questions of like whatever, but just if
Did you like it? Are you a fan of Lost?
are you a fan of Loyal?
Did you personally like it?
It singular.
Did you like
Porque vi
any of them?
tres.
Did you like any of them? Just yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Goalkeeper kits compared to home kits, different thing in the front. You know how they always have a different. They've had the Gargoyle, then they had the actual Rocket League.
Well, everybody is Blue Peak now.
so goalkeeper too.
So everybody's Gold Peak now. I don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure like
Okay.
it's just a standard now. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know how many dynamic
Better than
logos.
last year. In your opinion, this is your opinion.
They just knocked it out of the park last year. In like Charlie,
Mm-hmm.
like Charlie. So
This could potentially be Charlie's last kits with Loyal.
yeah, because
it was a 2-year
Charlie's
deal.
not gonna follow you to MLS.
Charlie will not. The MLS
If
will
that
not
ends up
allow
happening.
that. So that's this could be the last Charlie kits for San Diego Loyal.
Did I?
Last year were better.
Last-
Wow, last year were better. You took so long to
Um,
answer.
I mean, personal preference.
Yeah.
I will say, and this is what Andrew said, more traditional, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that means.
I'm not a fan of traditional.
Whatever. I mean, I'm excited for people to see it though. I because again, for me, the it sounds weird, but the Siempre Leal jersey, I had to grow to like it. Like it came out and I was like, okay. But then I looked, I thought about it, I analyzed it, I
I just
masticated
didn't
it.
really like the
By
color.
the way, the only thing that I'm still missing, and I'm cool with it if they don't add it, but like the one thing that Chadley promised that hasn't delivered, and Chadley/Loyal didn't deliver, is the fact that they said that it was going to be exclusive to Loyal to have the little U.S. flag on the collar because all the Chadley kits have the
Mexican
Mexico
flag.
on the back. And so they were, I remember last year, they were like, oh man, like this is going to be so, and it never happened for last year. So,
True.
for all you red, white, and blue loving individuals, start asking questions. Is this going to have the old stars and stripes on the back?
I hope not.
I'm not demanding it for it by any means,
Put the
but
Mexican flag on there. See, be
Right?
proud of your brand, damn it.
that'd be interesting.
San
Like
Diego's,
they would never
San
do
Diego's
that.
pretty much Mexico.
They would never
dude.
do that, but like imagine having the same kits, but then you have one for U.S. with the U.S. flag and one with the Mexico flag, and then it'd be interesting to see which ones sell more.
The U.S. ones will sell
You
more.
think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
more Güeritos are fans of Loyal than.
I'm surprised I haven't seen. You know how like
Mexico.
football fans or like baseball fans have, or even basketball fans have jerseys of a player that was supposed to transfer that never transferred or something,
Mm-hmm.
or like fake jerseys. Like I haven't seen a lot of fake Landon Donovan Loyal jerseys,
Ah,
right?
yeah.
Like Donovan.
Ya no juegan, güey.
But yeah,
Vale madre. But yeah, so
Carl, is there long sleeve option?
that would be dope.
You like long sleeve? As I'm wearing a long sleeve.
I like long sleeve jerseys to buy. I usually end up buying a long sleeve jersey when it comes to my teams when available. That would be cool. They usually cost a little bit more, obviously, but that would be actually. I'm not too sure if Charlie sells long sleeve jerseys. Thinking about it, like their Mexican league kits, like Cholos y todo eso.
Mm-hmm. But do they have them?
I don't know. Ricardo said there would be. Interesting. Maybe.
I mean, maybe. Yeah, sure.
Maybe.
Um,
But yeah, so
we're just gonna go through Ricardo's Twitter like, fuck this will say. Can you go stay away? Either way, some of the
Diego Loyal.
questions is Torrey Green for home again?
don't get in trouble, Tony. If we get
really got
stopped
me
telling,
getting in
if we
trouble.
get stopped telling people telling us stuff because of this, I'm gonna blame you 100%.
Finally, we got an answer about our question. If you dig 1904 or excuse me Albion, honestly respect every supporter for sticking with Albion after the merger. Yeah, I mean that was cool.
Oh, that wasn't Twitter, but Convo. Interesting.
Ooh, insider Alicia. But
Two balls on the mic, insider Alicia, for everyone.
But yeah, so yeah, the Discord's been popping for the locals and Chavos. Chavos just had their party again. I really challenge everybody in 109 to do better than last year. Keep growing, right? Like that's what we would hope to see out there, be represented in the stands. So it'll be interesting. So
For
I do
sure.
have I do know that there will be a third kit.
There's always a third kid. They've been dropping one every season. So
people didn't know that, but they
But
did.
San Diego Loyal, man. We'll see what happens in the next 2 weeks for them before their home opener. But we also have San Diego Wave, who announced their preseason schedule. Tony, obviously, you have key players on San Diego Wave, repping the national team in the She Believes Cup. But they have a preseason match February 19th, which is
Coming up.
yesterday. It was yesterday against USC, closed doors. Yeah. I'm mixed up with my dates, dude.
What's wrong with you?
But then they have another one against Houston Dash March 5th, closed door as well. March 11th against Kansas City Current, also a closed door match. Now until the March 18th, where they'll be playing Angel City, exclusive for San Diego Wave FC ticket holders. I'm not
ticket holders.
Season ticket holders, yeah. I'm not a fan of that.
Why?
All your preseason behind closed doors. I hate that. I
Aren't you
personally,
used to it? Aren't you used to it by now?
with loyal, absolutely. But I personally don't like that. At least I hope their social media team is active during those games and like says, "Oh, they scored" or stuff like that. Because
Yeah.
loyal didn't even do that last season.
Yeah. Did they do this? Yes, they did on Twitter timelines.
Yeah,
We were doing it too.
Yeah. But Wave, I really hope they have new kits. I haven't heard anything.
I have my hopes are in the bin. They are as low as it gets for any type of cool design, any type of anything for uniforms.
You
I
see
mean,
the uniform, you see the same uniform in
hate
another
it.
team. It's I don't like it.
I don't care about the uniforms.
Yeah, but when the other team looks exactly the same with just a different crest on there, different sponsors, it's whack.
I do like the Kaiser Permanente sponsor.
I do. I for sure do. I like the crest as well.
March
But yeah,
25th,
March 25th, man.
opener.
Home opener for them.
Against the
Got a
Red
whole month.
Stars. Interesting. Interesante. It's
But yeah, Wave
gonna be a
FC.
long season.
Not much coming out from them, especially this preseason, just because everything is closed door. We weren't able to make the last press conference. We were stuck at a work training. But hopefully we're able to go to make the next one once they announce it this week.
The only jersey that I really liked was Sheridan's.
But even the pink one.
The pink one, not the yellow
But
one.
even the pink one, other players, other goalkeepers in the other teams had it. So
Taylor Sheridan's dope, okay?
yeah,
I am a San Diego Wave.
and the U.S. women's national team like still beat her again.
She was player of the match though.
But yeah, because she
Player of the
had to
match.
save like 10 saves and shit.
The performance of the match presented by Gatorade.
After
By
losing
Gatorade.
like 3-0, 3-1, 2-0, something like that. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. What are you typing? What are you typing?
You're the one that's like
You're the one typing stuff.
that's texting
Alright.
to the computer.
So that's pretty much what we have for local soccer.
Oh yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. That's what we have. So do you want to move on to Champions League?
Maybe.
Because your team sucks.
No, we have them exactly where we want them. Like I don't know what part of that you don't understand.
I don't understand any of that. We didn't get to talk Champions League last episode because we went 4 hours
So we did
of talking
no,
local
we did.
stuff.
Like we
And
were
we
here,
met- we met
on
midweek.
Thursday, and
That shit sucked.
it was terrible.
So we didn't drop that.
Terrible.
The,
Not that
the
anything
boy,
else
the
is
boy
much
just
better.
wasn't having it.
You
You were not having it that day. I don't know what was up with you. Pressing
No, I said
wrong
some
buttons.
wild things in a work shirt, and I didn't realize I was
and,
wearing
and
a
I
work
think
shirt
that shook
halfway
you the
through.
whole episode. And you're like, I can't post this.
Yeah,
I can't
no,
post
it
this.
was
I
it
can't
was
post
it
this.
was. I was talking about like cock ointment
Yeah, no, don't
and
bring
just
that
like
up.
talking about like roosters and how being a veterinarian really was a dream of mine, especially when I lived out on the farm with my roosters. Champion.
No, okay. Let's get down to it. We had games
Rancho.
last week. We had Bayern Munich against PSG. And again, it looks like it's gonna slip away from PSG, right? This is probably the best chance at winning the Champions League, and they might not even get past the round of 16 against Bayern Munich. Kingsley Coman scored, but did not celebrate against their former teammates. You're not gonna show any clips, right?
I hope not.
Because I'm tired of this copyright shit. It's when you show wrestling stuff that gets copyrighted. But anyways, Bayern Munich takes the lead 1-0 there. Messi started, Neymar started, Mbappe came in as a sub and made an appearance, even though he was questionable with an injury. And he managed to come back. And once he came in, you can tell the difference that he does, right? This is why he's... Do you put Mbappe as the best in the world right now?
I don't.
Where are you ranking in the best in the world right now? Right now,
I wouldn't say Benzema is the best in the world anymore right now.
Like
Messi during the
your
World
top
Cup
three?
was I know, no, yeah.
Top 3 right now. Mbappe's what? Probably number 3.
Who's 1 and 2?
Haaland and Rashford.
Rashford.
Rashford is for sure in the top
Okay,
3 best in the
that
world right now.
case-
You put
in
some
that
fucking respect
case-
in Rashford's name right now. All right. He has
number
more
1.
goal contributions than your freaking
You know what?
shitty ass Chelsea
You know
team in the
what?
Premier League.
Mbappe, Haaland tied for 1, and then there's a giant space between 2 and like 17. There's just no players there, and then it's Rashford.
Estás bien estúpido.
Different.
Estás bien
leagues.
estúpido.
Mbappe's
my
hurt.
gosh.
I mean, Mbappe's hurt, right?
Oh my
so
gosh.
he
Then you
wasn't even
can't-
supposed to play. He wasn't even supposed to play.
Oh my god. Wow. Saka number 3. Wow, Saka would be number 3 actually. That's a good point. But anyways, Bayern Munich takes this game 1-0. And I mean, is there more to talk about this game? It was 1-0. Very back and forth. I expected more goals, but it's just what it is when 2 big teams play. It could either be 1-0 or a freaking shootout. And then you had Chelsea against Dortmund on Wednesday. Oh, and the other Tuesday game was Milan against Tottenham. And are you surprised that Tottenham lost?
I am shocked and happy that Tottenham lost. Not shocked.
And happy. No, not shocked. Milan, they have a decent team. Not doing too good in the Serie A, but they have a decent team. Your Chelsea boys, the boys in blue, saying they would beat Dortmund. No problem. Stacked ass team on paper. Give me a breakdown of this shit, because your team sucks.
I mean, you're trying to shoehorn a bunch of players in there. Joao Felix, Enzo coming in, Mudryk. The manager just sucks. Potter, vale madre. Like, this dude is a disgrace to the hairy descendants of the Potters and needs to get the flow powder the fuck out of there. You don't get that reference because you're not a real Potterhead.
Okay, yeah. Says the guy that said Cedric Diggory was a Ravenclaw.
Cedric Diggory was a necessary sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there you go.
How's Mudryk doing? A lot of money for the boy. Enzo, a lot of money for the boy. Has Enzo even scored? I think he assisted.
I mean, he assisted. I mean,
This is the Joao Felix,
This
right?
this team has everybody exactly where they want them. You know, they think
Dude, you
that
can't possibly
they
still
think
sit
this-
here and say that they're gonna win the freaking Champions
We
League.
got them. They think we got, but I don't think so. I definitely don't think so. There's quality, definite quality on this team. They just need to gel a little bit more. There's a couple of opportunities for Chelsea, but eventually it just didn't happen. And sometimes Chelsea just gets in their way this season. And a counterattack. Adeyemi destroyed
Adeyemi's
Enzo,
freaking
actually. In here, look at that speed.
You know, we?
Yeah. Que Paris Zabalaga, adios. It was a really good goal. So all credit to the boy.
Enzo is not worth 120 million.
You're not worth 120 million, all right?
Neither is Enzo.
Wait, how does it feel to be owned by owners of current modern slavery, Qatar? All right.
With the net worth of $350 billion.
Wow, I can't believe you. You're gonna cheer for that? You're gonna cheer
Yeah.
for boy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can sit across from you and I'm just appalled and disgusted.
All right. Bye. But yeah, Dortmund beat Chelsea 1-0 as well. Benfica beat Club Brugge 2-0. Again, proving that one player is not bigger than a club. Saying bye-bye, and so you don't want to be here. We don't need you. And they won 2-0. Joao Mario scoring a penalty. David Neres leaving Ajax, joining Benfica, and scoring a goal. Very talented Brazilian left-footed player.
Yeah, David Neres, one of my favorite Brazilians on the right in FIFA.
Yeah, dude, he's
with
good.
my FIFA
He's good.
Brazilian teams. But yeah, so tomorrow there is Champions League action. 2 games on paper. I mean, depending what papers you're looking at. If you're just looking on paper and you're like, oh, look at the crust. Like, it's a really cool matchup. But Liverpool and Real Madrid. Real Madrid, who isn't doing its best in La Liga. But Liverpool's just igual que el Chelsea. Vale verga. Like, it's just not... It's not working.
Hey, they just beat Newcastle 2-0. So maybe they're onto something.
Inspired form.
But you talk about Real Madrid and you're like, wow, dude, they kind of choked La Liga, right? They just did not start playing that good. There's 8 points behind Barcelona in La Liga right now. I mean, you still have a solid team. You still have great players. But you're still facing a very tough Liverpool who either could be really good or just could be very, very, very bad, right? Cody Gakpo scoring his second goal for Liverpool this weekend. I don't know what could happen. I'm going to say it's going to be a tie just because I'm leaning more on the Madrid win. I just don't see Liverpool having what it takes.
They have them as underdogs, Real Madrid, right now.
Dude, it's.
I mean,
I still think
I
they can
just
pull it
Google
off.
AI.
I don't like to
It's at
rule
home.
Madrid out in Champions League. Something about that team just speaks experience in Champions League and always gets the freaking job done.
It's the first leg, so I mean, bringing it back to the Bernabeu, anything can happen.
They could lose 2-0 and then Benzema scores a hat trick coming back.
And
Even if it's like 60-70%.
you got Eintracht Frankfurt versus Napoli. Napoli's been playing really, really, really
Napoli is a dark horse in this Champions League for sure. They are freaking like close to 20 points clear in the Serie A ahead of Inter. They have 62 points. Inter's at 47 points.
well. Is it all Chucky Lozano's fault? Is it all
El
because of
Chucky
Chucky
Lozano, he's playing good.
Okay.
He's getting minutes. He's getting assists. He's scoring. Napoli could be a very, very dark horse here, and I would not be surprised if they make it far. Napoli does beat Frankfurt. It should be no problem.
Okay, and then we got Red Bulls, Leipzig versus Manchester City. This is going to be on Wednesday. Manchester City should be winning this one. Again,
They
strange
should.
things have happened. Inter Porto, again, one of those games that of like teams that look pretty cool. Like if you have nothing to do on Wednesday at noon,
I think I'd
Watch
rather
Inter
watch
Porto.
City play just because it's entertaining to see what Haaland does with Kevin De Bruyne this season. It's just been probably the most entertaining thing to watch in the Premier League if you're a Chelsea fan or a Liverpool fan or a Tottenham fan. Just watching other teams succeed.
speaking of the Premier League, I guess Cesar Azpilicueta taken to the hospital. Oh, by the way,
Wait,
Never mind.
can we talk about Man U Barcelona real quick because they played Europa League and they played a 2-2 match.
who cares
They
about-
tied 2-2. Dude, that game
Hold
was
on,
more
hold on,
entertaining than
hold
some
on,
of these Champions
hold
League
on,
games.
hold on.
You're gonna put the Europa League team now. I'm just saying.
Hold on, you can't talk about it. The theme, the legendary.
Can't talk about it yet. Yes.
Theme.
Play the theme. It'll take 2 minutes for sure.
Okay, go.
Beautiful, beautiful theme. Anyways, they tied 2-2. The
No,
thing about
sorry, it's the
Barcelona.
2021 version. It
Oh
just
my
doesn't-
gosh.
It has to be the 23 version.
Okay.
That's where we're at. That's the unofficial one. Where is? It's the same song.
It is the same one, dude.
It's the same-
Come on.
Oh my God.
Dude, Man U versus Barca, if you didn't watch this game was so good. Back and forth action. I could see either of these teams taking it in the Europa League, if not Arsenal, right? But for Man U to score 2 goals on this defense of Barcelona, it's impressive on the own fact that Barcelona have only conceded 7 goals in La Liga this season. 22 matches and 7 goals allowed. Araujo playing on the right back position has been phenomenal. You have freaking Jordi Alba still ruling that left back position, and then you have Balde that can come in as a sub. And then for Manchester United, you have freaking Marcus Rashford, who is on a mission right now, dude.
Yeah,
Like-
he's playing really well. Have you seen that picture of him like 2-3 years ago being Wheelo and like what it looks like now?
Yes,
Oof.
dude. It's just like I don't even want Marco Alonso scoring for freaking.
Classic.
Had to be the Chelsea guy.
Had to be the Chelsea guy.
Had to be the Chelsea guy for sure.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell I was doing there. Actually, like he was flapping his arms.
The hair has been probably the weakest link this season for Manchester United for sure.
He's there.
That's gonna get copyrighted. But it's just players are coming back and they're playing great. Sancho's coming back and he scored this weekend in the Premier League.
Yeah.
But Marcus Rashford, dude, you have to put him amongst the best in the world right now.
Yeah, he's in form 100%. To be able to sneak that ball in the space that he did to the left foot of the goalkeeper
Like, dude,
was really good. Taking on players. Like, you guys
it's
really
amazing.
You guys really have a chance to win the Europa League.
we have a chance of winning more than the Europa League.
All right, relax.
They have a chance at the Premier League. They have a fair shot at the Premier League, Tony. Don't tell me they don't.
Chelsea's winning the Champions League.
All right, you want to talk Premier League real quick this weekend, right? We had some very surprising scores. Obviously, Arsenal did manage a comeback. They were down 2-1 against Aston Villa, and they managed to come back. Emi Martinez scoring an own goal.
Secret agent Emi Martinez.
Just, does he deserve to be out of Aston Villa? Does he deserve a bigger club?
This manager hates him. He hates him. He's been trying to get rid of him for a while. But I mean, Arsenal back on track. You know, they lost a couple. Man City came in.
They were in bad form.
And then they had that that VAR thing that didn't pass, and that referee's no longer in the league. It's wild. But yeah, so Manchester United, you guys are doing well. You guys beat Leicester 3-0. Chelsea,
Yes.
lost at home against the last place team, Southampton. You know, there was a time where it's like, oh my God, Chelsea have not lost at home in like 3 years that Jose Mourinho has taken charge. Nobody can beat Chelsea at Stamford. I think there was once or maybe twice that Mourinho lost at Stamford Bridge as a Chelsea manager in both stints combined. And now Southampton is coming in and just beating you.
To be fair, you guys weren't the only ones that lost to like relegation teams. I believe Leeds lost to Everton as well. One other thing, Everton is pretty much down there. Leeds is dead, almost dead last as well. You had, who else was it? Nottingham Forest tying against Manchester City. 1-1. Nottingham Forest sitting in 13th place right now. City dropping points. Now only 3 points ahead of Manchester United. Arsenal 2 points ahead with the game in hand. So a potential to go up 5 points, which at this point is kind of a big deal, right? Unless I still think Arsenal managed to somehow choke this. But I don't know, dude. Like Bournemouth.
Oh, you actually put effort into what comes out of your face.
Bournemouth beating Wolves again, fighting that relegation. I want Raúl Jimenez to relegate with Wolves at this point.
Okay.
I'm salty that he didn't give up his spot for Santi Jimenez.
Oh, in the World
in
Cup.
The World Cup.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
yeah, he
fuck
shouldn't
him.
have been
Fuck
there.
him for that, man. Rumors that he might go to Chivas. Vato, oh my God. I know we're talking Premier League, but did you see what happened to... ¿Te acuerdas de Macías from Chivas?
Yeah, JJ.
JJ? You see what happened?
No.
So, 8 months ago, he ruptured his ligaments. I think MCO and ACL.
Yeah.
Coming back, already back in training, right? He was at the game, like, as a fan, like, he's already back in training. Last week, I think Wednesday or Thursday, retore his ligaments, out another 8 months. That's not funny.
That sucks.
Why are you laughing? You heartless piece of shit. You heartless piece of
it
dog
sucks.
shit. Oh my God.
Sucks. Poor guy.
Yeah, dude. Like he's young.
Oh,
like
no.
he's probably thinking retirement now. That sucks.
Abel thinks he's gonna go down to decision day, just like the time Man City took it away from Alex Ferguson's clutches.
Fuck, dude. That Aguero still haunts me.
Raúl Jimenez is going to Loyal once they reach MLS. Interesting. I mean, people want Loyal and Loyal to be MLS. I don't blame them, but like,
Do you want Loyal to be MLS?
so one thing that I'll share, and I mean, I knew it as a little bit after the Andrew Vasiliadis interviews. He just shared a situation that's happening in the club where not a lot of people have insight as to what's going on and at all.
Yeah.
Outside of a few people, and so we were kind of going back and forth on this, and then he just like, Tony, like, more about the situation than I thought you did, but you know less about MLS than I thought you did. And so that just means like because I was very honest, like, I don't know. I know as much as you. I know as much as anybody. Like, I'm not in those meetings, but I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
There's definitely, of course, like back and forth as far as like conversation, and he's part of those conversations. As I ask him, like, he goes to the pickleball courts and with his friends and pals, and he probably gets asked, "Hey, it's this MLS thing. Like, whoa, what is this? Like, we recognize it." But yeah, I mean, if MLS is here, our best option for Loyal to be it, yeah. I mean, some people would disagree, some people would agree, but
Yeah.
I think it would. It just makes sense. Like, it's just elevating something up there, and so I think we have a long way to go here
Oh, for sure.
in San Diego for San Diego soccer, and please keep having conversations about everything that happens in soccer in San Diego wise, and we'll keep doing our coverage. And if that means I have to resign and say I'm no longer a San Diego Loyal fan because whatever reason, then sure.
Wow.
I will become a member of the media.
That goes on the tweet. Tony Sanchez resigns Loyal fandom.
And then just like me like this.
Wow.
All right.
Thank you guys for watching.
Season's
Every
greetings.
single one of you that's here every Monday. We appreciate you guys.
Every
We're
single
trying to get to
Monday.
1,000 followers on Instagram. Soon. We're almost there. We're at 900 something.
So do you support Albion?
Do you support Albion?
I support them as in like los aguanto.
Que son de San Diego.
I mean, no,
Nah.
no.
Someone's gonna reach out to us though.
Make
from
me
Albion.
support. Make
Yeah.
me support. That's the challenge. That's the
Yeah.
challenge that I have for all the teams. Make me want it. Make me like it.
We'll see you guys
I'm
at
open.
Open Cup.
Open Cup.
Thank you guys for watching. Laters.